Sorry about that. Instead of pushing like resume, like I had it muted, I pushed, and I'm fucking up. I pushed stop broadcast and I couldn't. Oh my God. I'm telling you, man, after this, I'm laying down. I hope I fucking sleep. I'm going to ramble for a little bit till hopefully people start wandering over here because I don't want to repeat myself. But I'm running on fumes, essentially, because Friday probably was the night I got the most sleep, and even then it was like all broken up and shit because the dogs kept running up and down the stairs, and it was like a freaking zoo. But I slept from like, I want to say 4 to 6, and then I woke up, couldn't sleep, then finally passed out, I think around 10, and I was supposed to be up at like 11-ish, like towards noon, but like slept longer than I wanted to, and then finally at noon I woke up again, which is, noon was when I was planning on being there. That didn't happen. So then I jumped up and had to fucking rush around, and there was nothing that I wanted to eat because the only thing they had to eat was stuff that would take time to make. So I just said, F it. They had yogurt and some granola, which is kind of like what I've been eating for breakfast anyway. So I just had that. And that's all I had Friday, all the way up until it was almost 9 in the evening. So from noon all the way to 9, all I had was this little cup of yogurt with some sprinkles of granola on top. So that's what I'm saying. If you're going, like Saturday, I over-prepared. I made sure I had breakfast, which I didn't even end up eating the whole thing. I got a bagel from Dunkin' Donuts. I got an iced coffee from them because I didn't want to go all the way to Starbucks, but it was so vile that I ended up going to Starbucks anyway. It's kind of a waste of time, but whatever. So I only had like half of a sandwich bagel, and then I brought with me a protein bar. I still have the Snickers bar I bought. It was like on sale while it was at one of the rest stops. A bottle of water, the 5-hour energy drink that Dawn gave me the night before, and I think something else. So I was like way overly prepared. I'm like, I'm not doing this again. Didn't end up really using any of it, but well, except the water. But it's better to be over prepared than not prepared at all. So yeah. Probably should bring up the new chat, huh? It doesn't look like anybody's over here yet. People are just like, fuck that shit. Did I make it private? Don't tell me I made it private. And I'm just fucking talking to myself. And it is. Damn it. Son of a bitch. Public. I'm telling you, man. Great tech support agent I am. People are talking about the little clip I left of the Detroit thing, but it's like, number one, okay. And I know people are just like fucking around, so I'm not like bitching, but it's like, I gave you the title, said it was a snippet, so I wanted you to just know, be completely aware it was just a tiny little thing. And then you could see the timestamp was only like however many seconds long. Like, it was really not a big surprise that it was not long, which is what he said. Ugh. I'd probably have to I'm telling you, man. Telling you. So I guess while they're trickling over, I'll talk about something that might not be as exciting to some people. I started my new job today, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, I got a tech support job for it's hard to explain what exactly they are because I've never heard of anybody that does exactly what they do, but it's technical support for mobile devices, smartphones, tablets, stuff like that. but it's not like just a cellular service where like you go to T-Mobile and it's a customer service for T-Mobile. It's not like that. It's working for clients, so like businesses, stuff like that, with whatever phone issues they have, like activating their phones. It's like basically stuff that they might not just want to be bothered doing, or maybe they just don't know how to do it or don't have the manpower to do it all themselves. It's stuff like that. Like we're just kind of like the middleman, and we do all the stuff that they don't want to do. So I'm in training for that. I train a minimum of, well, actually it's not a minimum. It's 3 weeks training, which is what I'm doing now. Unfortunately, it's 8 to 5 in the morning, so that kind of sucks because you should know I'm not a morning person, but it is what it is. It's whatever. And making a lot of money than I was making, almost a little less than double what I was making, not including tips, because tips were a big part of the other job. But I don't have to deal with facing customers anymore, which honestly, the customers really weren't an issue most of the time. It was just the low pay. Just, I don't know. I don't want to talk about it, but I think I've talked about that job enough. But from what I gather, mind you, it's only the first day. It just seems like a lot better environment than what the other place was. Now, mind you, it's a completely different environment, completely different atmosphere and all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of to be expected. But even like, because I've interviewed with a couple of different companies prior to this, just on interviews, and you can just walk into a place and get like the atmosphere. You can feel it in the air, like how people feel about the job, if people are really happy, stuff like that. And this place seems like everyone pretty much likes their job, or at least is okay with it. I didn't really walk past anybody that looked like they just wanted to kill themselves, which that's kind of like how I felt in the other job. I was just like depressed most of the time because I just hated being there. But with this place, especially like the management that I've come across, like they're all super happy. Like the guy that interviewed me seemed like pretty chill guy and liked his job. The guy that's training me is like really peppy and just happy. And the advancement, like how quickly you can advance in the company, is pretty impressive as well. So just all in all, I think it's going to be a good experience, and it has been so far. Hi, Heavy. That's one motherfucker I wish was there. You didn't really miss much, Heavy. I was just talking about being tired. And I fucked up the other show because I had a separate live show and ended up pushing the wrong button. So if you're interested in what happened at VPX, that's the other video. This one's pretty much going to be me finishing showing what I've got from VPX and talking about my new job, which I started today. Hi, Moobs. Hi, Paul. I know you were over there before. Hi, Big Doc. Haven't seen you in a minute. He's not annoyingly peppy. He's more of like, I don't know if peppy is the right word. He just, I don't know. He kind of reminds me of Fresh a little bit. Like how he's just very like happy, and I don't know. It's hard to describe, but whatever. So I'll get back to the job in a moment. Looks like most people have wandered over here. I don't know if is Singer over there. I talked about the trip in the other video, Greg. So you're just going to have to watch that. I can't go through it all again. In general, brief summary, it was awesome. But yeah, I wish Heavy could have made it as well. That would have like rounded out the whole group. Well, outside of Fresh, but we knew Fresh couldn't make it because he already had plans. But yeah, it sucks that Heavy and Andrew wasn't able to make it. I kind of heard him a little bit because they were doing a live show from the main room we were in before people were getting too noisy and we had to leave. Like I heard him in the background talking, but I didn't really get to see him. I'm waiting for Singer to come over here because I want him to know firsthand, or really see firsthand, how the RDA is doing. Andrew, you're just going to have to watch the other video. I'm sure none of these people want to sit through 20 minutes of me rehashing everything again. Because I'm still probably going to talk even longer about my job and everything. Well, not like I got a whole lot, but what I got. I guess I'll show the other things I got while he's making his way over here, if he did. I don't know if he got lost or what happened. The lady from iJoy, her name was Vivian. I do have a clip with her in it. I was a little tipsy at the time. And I'm really mad. I had a picture with Daniel. I know I took a picture with Daniel because we were outside of the convention, like in the entranceway, like on the other side of like the entranceway, because he was just really tired because like a lot of people were coming up to him, and he just, I guess, was feeling overwhelmed, so he had to like step aside for a second and just kind of collect himself. So we were just hanging out there, and like towards the end of that, when we were about to head back in, I was like, you know, can you take a picture with me, because, you know, I haven't gotten a picture with you yet and whatever. And I know I took the picture. I fucking know I did. And I did have one blurry picture when I was looking back through the pictures, and it had to have been his, but I swear I looked at it before I like shut the camera off. So I don't know what happened, but the picture I had with Daniel is just gone. Kind of pissed about that shit. You are important, Andrew, but not everything's about you, baby. And that's another thing. ST, it's mainly ST, and he got it from Mark. Everything ends in baby. So like I've been saying baby to everything. So especially like with people I don't know, I have to dial it back. So I need to control that. But I'm calling Momo baby. I'm like, what are you doing, baby? Oh, she's right there. What are you watching on she's watching the laptop. Freaking eyelash curler bag. I don't know what the fuck happened to Singer. Singer, he just got lost. Anyway, yeah, so my picture with Daniel's gone. But anyway, we were in the booth. The second clip that I have, I only have 2 video clips, one of which is a little snippet I have, and another one is slightly longer. It's still not super long. So, I mean, there's plenty of people took hella footage of everything. Fluffy was walking around with this fucking steering wheel camera. I don't know what it was. So he's got plenty of footage. I don't know when and where he plans on, or if he plans on uploading it. I imagine he is. But he's got plenty of footage. So if you're looking for footage from the vape convention, whatever, Fluffy, Brian was recording a lot, the Vaping Chronicles, a lot of Mike Vapes. Yeah, he got a little rowdy, and you can kind of see a little bit of it in the snippet that I have, and then you see Brian and then Fluffy all recording him. So it's like a 360 recording of fucking Mike. Well, actually, it was more accurately probably 180, but really all surrounding him, recording him at the same time. It was pretty funny. So you get to see a little bit of that. Nothing too embarrassing, so nothing whatever, but Mike was definitely like feeling good. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of footage. I just am not one of the people that took it. So yeah, I got some footage of him, and then Vivian from iJoy was next to me, and I got permission from her before I recorded, because she does come from I think it's China, but you know, over there in Asia, and with cultural barriers and things like that, sometimes you really have to be careful about the things that you do, because even though it's nothing maybe to us over here, you know, I don't want to disrespect someone else, because, you know, our customs are different and just things are different. And there was a little bit of a language barrier, so I just wanted to make sure it was okay to like film her. So I got a little snippet of her, you know, introducing herself, and she ended up giving me this tank. It's a Reaper Plus tank. So we'll see how that goes. It's got an RBA deck. I'm not really sure about the pre-made coils, but the RBA atomizer looks like pretty freaking sweet. I almost dropped my damn box, because it's got the velocity horizontal deck. So I think that'll be cool. So I got this tank. Like I said, they also took us all out to eat on Friday, which was super, super nice. There was a gentleman with her, but I didn't catch his name. I think it was William, but I'm not 100% sure. I only really got to talk briefly to her, and it was kind of hard because, like I said, there's a language barrier and it was really loud. So I don't know. So I don't know where Singer is. Well, I'm going to continue on. And if he's not back, he's just going to have to watch it on replay. So I got that from the iJoy booth. And then Daniel was nice enough. He set aside some goodies for me, which was really cool. It's like I heard a lot of people talking about this tank recently, and I didn't know that it was supposed to be kind of like an up. I don't know. It sounds like it's supposed to be like an upgraded Crown tank. I don't know. That's what everyone's comparing it to, is the Crown. So I don't know if that's what it's supposed to be, like a Crown with more airflow. I don't really know, but I don't know. I was watching videos about it last night. I was planning on putting some juice and stuff in it, but it's just like I was really trying to try to sleep last night, so I didn't get around to doing any of it. But I got the refill from Daniel. He set it aside for me, or he brought it with him, however you want to put it. It was really nice of him. Pretty excited to check this out because this definitely has a lot more airflow than the Crown did. Because that's really the only issue I had with the Crown, is that it was just too warm because it just didn't have enough airflow. Even at lower wattages, it just couldn't get cool enough for me. So this one has quite a bit more airflow to it. So we'll check it out. And this one did come, he gave me the RBA deck for it, which is cool as well. I'm worried about the horizontal coils because you do have to build this horizontally. I don't know that there's a way to do vertical coils on this, or it's vertical only, not horizontal. And I've tried doing vertical coils before, and they are not fucking easy. Props to those people that can make it easy or think it's easy, but I've tried that shit. That shit is not easy. But yeah. Gave me the little thing. The cool thing about this is it did come with a tool, so it should make it a little easier to build vertically. It's similar to, what was it, the Veritas that comes with a little helper guy to do your vertical coils. So you just essentially set it down in there and then wrap around it, and it just makes it a lot easier than trying to wrap it around a screwdriver and keep it horizontal or vertical. So yeah. That's cool. And then on top of that, he gave me extra coils for it. These are in 0.5, which is nice. Because that's pretty much what I've been doing, is like around 0.5 at the highest. That's like on the higher end these days. What I got in here right now, the Tugboat, is Addy Tooney's coil. And it's, last time I checked it, at 0.39. Yeah, 0.39 resistance. So it's getting lower and lower, but still, I'm still low watts. They're all making fun of me and shit. But yeah, I like it. That's all that matters to me. So yeah, Danny gave me the refill and all those little goodies inside. Pretty excited to check that out. The last thing I got, I think, is the thing I bought, which is I was waiting for Singer. He didn't come back. And yes, Heavy, you're a singer. I've heard you sing. You're a good singer. We could have sang together, Heavy. Well, I would have had to been drunker. I only sing in public when I'm drunk because I get too nervous. But anyway, so I got this magnet RDA. It's the magnet atomizer version 1.5 by Shadow Vapor House of Poet. I don't know. Never really heard of this thing before. Singer said it was awesome. He was vaping on it. Told me that I should go get it. So that's what I did. Retails for anywhere between $60 and I think $65. I got it for $40. I don't know if that's what you were supposed to get it for, but the guy I asked, I asked him how much it was, and he said, "Oh, I think it's $40." I almost lost my wallet. I left it at Dawn's booth because I took it out. I blame Singer because I was digging for my camera to take a picture with him, and I removed my wallet to get to it, and then got distracted and ended up walking off with him, and then completely forgetting about my wallet until I went to grab it to pay for the RDA. So luckily, I'm like, where was the last place I had it? And it was at Dawn's booth, and it was still there. So really, really glad that happened. I don't think it's ghetto. I think it's Southern people, because you got to understand the people I was hanging out with. Zach is from Louisiana. ST, he's got a little bit of a twang to him. That's about it, but I don't know. I pick up on other people's accents pretty easily. It's nothing I do intentionally, and I'm really tired, as I've said 1,000 times. So anyway, I almost lost my wallet, went back, had to go pay for it. I gave him the $40. He said, "You're good." Usually when they say you're good, means it was probably supposed to be more expensive, but whatever you're giving him is good enough, and then whatever. So I don't know if he intended to give it for me cheaper or what the case may be, but I got it for $40. So I guess the most remarkable thing about this RDA is the top cap. This is a revision of the original one, thus the 1.5. From what I gathered, the top cap has stronger magnets in this one, as well as the gold-plated post. And there was like another revision that they did. I don't remember what it was. There's not a lot of information on this RDA, to be honest. But see what I did, though. This is what happened when I was trying to fuck. It's got like airflow control at the top if you twist it. And somehow, this is what happened. You see that magnet right there? That's not supposed to be up like that. That's supposed to be on the bottom. It goes in here. It's supposed to sit in there. But it came unglued or unseated or whatever from the bottom. So now every time I put it in there, look what happens. I'm trying to do it. See how it like grabs it? So anytime I take this top cap off, it pulls up that magnet. So I have to figure out how to get that fixed in there again. They used some kind of adhesive to keep it in there. You can see a little spot of something. I'm just not sure what they used, and I don't know what you're supposed to use, because I know certain glues or adhesives won't sit well with metal, and I don't know. I did contact the company and ask them what I can use to get that back in there, because it's kind of just tedious. I mean, the whole point of having the magnetic top cap is to be convenient and everything, and with it coming undone like that every time I want to take it off, that's not convenient. So until that gets resolved, unfortunately, I'm not going to be fucking with it. But outside of that, I mean, it's a cool looking RDA. I think I would like it. It's just magnets fucked up. So that's that. It did come with a metallic drip tip. This does screw in here. I'm guessing it screws in here as opposed to just being able to push it in like a press fit or whatever, is because, and see the damn magnet, fuck. When you turn this top thing, that's what turns the, there's like this little bow, see that bow looking metal piece? That cuts off the air or opens it up. See the fucking magnet, man. So annoying, man. You see, this is like wide open right now. See that slot? And then as you turn that little bow piece, it closes off there. So, yeah. I don't really like metal drip tips, so if I can get away from it and use like a Delrin type thing. What kind of epoxy, though? Isn't there like specific epoxies? Yeah, Singer, it came unglued. Yeah. It had nothing to do with the polarity. It had to do with the fact that it wasn't glued properly. There's freaking glue in it, or epoxy, or whatever the fuck you want to call it, adhesive, and it came undone. because the other magnet is chilling. It ain't doing nothing. So yeah. But you know, I mean, shit happens. I dealing with jewelry and stuff like that, or even like makeup, because like the other day I had, you know, fake nails on, like little press-ons. Like, I know how finicky glue can be, so it's not like a gripe or anything. It's just I want to know how to fix it. That's the only thing. I got Dirty's coils in here. He gave me some coils. I was going to put it in that one, or no. I think I'm going to put it... I don't want to put it in that one because the fucking posts in this are so far apart. I don't think it would work well. I forget what I was going to put in. I was going to put in something. But anyway, comes with like little spare parts. It comes with a hex screw because they are hex grub screws. So that's nice. So yeah, I'm just waiting to hear back from them because I couldn't see, because like it did happen to somebody else. They actually lost one of the magnets. Luckily they were able to find it, but it fell on the ground and they almost lost it completely. That might have been the version 1, but I'm not sure. But it has happened with this similar device. But outside of that, I mean, it's a minor thing really. It looks like a cool device that I think I would like. It's just I haven't been able to use it. I'm waiting to hear what they say, Singer. I'm a pretty reasonable person. I'm not one of those people that like bitch about, you know, stupid shit to get free shit or anything like that. I'm not saying that's what you're telling me to do. It's just, you know, I just want my shit to work. I don't really care how it happens. Because, like, generally when you have to wait for them to replace something, it takes forever. And I just want to fix it myself and be done with it. So you think super glue sticks to metal, though? I would think it wouldn't stick to metal. Because pretty much what I have at my disposal, I do have super glue. I have... what is that shit called? E9000 or whatever the fuck it's called. It's like E and some number. It's like really strong adhesive, but it has to sit like overnight. I have like one other thing that I can't remember off the top of my head. And then my dad has a bunch of shit, and I'm sure my brother does too. My throat's getting dry from talking. What happened to your Evic Mini? You had to super glue it. I'm laughing, not because, I mean, it's whatever. I don't have any gel super glue. Oh, okay, I get you. How do you pronounce that? Wishel? I thought you were blaming the fact that it came out on the polarity. I'm like, what? But yeah, that would suck to put it on the wrong way and then it's stuck in there. But the thing is like, I've actually almost done that a couple times, just trying to get it back in there. It's very difficult to put it in. This is going to sound wrong. They're very difficult to put it in the wrong way. So. Well, Singer, I'm not as much of a loudmouth as you are. Contrary to popular belief. I just want to know how to fix it myself. Oh, okay, Tommy. Oh, wish you well. Okay. You didn't feel that heavy? What is wrong with you? All right, I'll use super glue then. Well, first I'm going to see what they say. We're going to start there. Not that I don't believe you or anything. I just want to hear if and when they respond to me. So before I do anything, I want to see what they say. Well, what do you want me to call you, Wishel, or whatever? I'm not saying all that. Oh my God, Heavy, you were funny. Oh my God, I don't think I've laughed so much over the weekend. Pegasus, he was like, number one, he does really good impressions of people. I don't know, because the thing is like prior to this weekend, I really haven't interacted that much with Pegasus, so I didn't really know him all that well. So being around Dawn, since they shared the booth together and everything, it gave me a lot more time to, you know, get to know him a little bit better. And he does really good impressions of people, and we'll leave it at that. But he was fucking funny as hell. And then later in the night, it was even funnier. I was just laughing so hard. And then Mike the next day was just making everybody laugh. It was so funny. Is this coal maker guy a troll? He sounds like a troll. I don't think I've ever put on my underwear wrong before. Because with a girl, it's, I imagine, a lot harder. So I'm not really sure what you wear, Heavy. Not that I really need to know what kind of underwear you wear. But like I guess like for say, or even then, like doesn't it has the pocket in the front? Don't like all men's underwear have pockets in the front? How do you not realize that there's no hole where your stuff is going? How? It doesn't make any sense. Anyway, it's pretty much all I got from the vape convention itself. As I said before, I may have juice coming to me in the mail from my goodie bag, supposedly, and then Good Life Vapor, and then possibly more interactions with Mod Fuel. I'm not exactly sure. But honestly, I'm happy with what I got. I mean, it might not be a lot. I mean, other people had a lot more, but they were also mingling a lot more than I was and are more known than I am. So it's to be expected. I'm happy with everything, how it turned out. So Heavy, that really doesn't speak volumes about your business. That's all I'm saying. That you didn't realize that there wasn't enough room. Because, I mean, I don't have a lot of experience with men's underwear, but men tend to not have that much of an ass. Their ass tends to be pretty flat, and it like sits a different way in the front than it does in the back. So I'm a little concerned. What is what show about? If you're referring to one that you're watching, I mean, it's just talking. So if you just don't want to hear me talk or whatever, you can leave. It's not really about anything. I think you're confusing you have a huge ass to being a huge ass. Just saying. What are you doing, Heavy? You want to invite? You want to come chat? If you don't want to, you don't have to. I'm just putting it out there. But yeah, hanging out with the guys, there is really something to be said about meeting people face to face, like in real life. Because even though the video chat is a lot more personal than just like talking through email or text or whatever, it's just different when you're in person and it's just you guys. And I imagine if I like hung out in like private chats more often, that it might be a little different. But I don't know. It's different, you know, just hanging out and it being completely I don't know what the right word is, but I don't know. It was really nice to get to know everybody outside of, you know, live shows and stuff like that. And honestly, like none of them were all that different in person. So it's not like they're phony or anything, which is nice because I don't really like people that appear to be a certain way and then you meet them in real life, they're completely different. And in some situations I can understand it because sometimes I'm really anxious, so I'll be quieter than I normally am or whatever, but I think you know what I mean. But like honestly, everybody that I met was just like, if anything, even better in person, which is nice. So G-Spot Rin. Oh, you're at the shop. I'm about to go to bed heavy. That's the only thing. I've said it before. I don't tend to like the G-Spot too much, but I might try to do them more because I feel like I know them a lot better having hung out with them. Because like I said before, they've met, a lot of them, I think all of them have met each other, you know, in person before, at least once before, at like Heavy's grand opening of his shop. A lot of them met in person and hung out or whatever. You know, I didn't have that experience, and I also haven't been talking to them quite as long as they've been talking with each other. So that's kind of like a thing I was worried about, is how that was going to work out. But it didn't even end up being an issue. So that was really cool. And, you know, even like I need to stop with the Peg V2 because that joke is like turned into reality. I keep wanting to call him Peg. Phenom, I haven't had a whole lot of interaction with either prior to meeting him in person. And that was nice to get to know him better. And he's hilarious. Really, really nice guy. Thanks, Andrew. Thanks. But yeah, like they really made me feel welcome and a part of the group, which was really nice. And yeah, Fresh told me that I was like, because I was nervous. I knew I would probably have a good time. It's just I didn't know how much of it I would. And like, I don't know. It's just, I worry about stupid shit. It's just how it is. I'm a very, or I can be very, I don't know if uptight would be the right word, but like, I can't think of the right word. There's a specific word that's accurate, but I can't think of it right now. Singer, there ain't no way that once you did the yeah and I saw your face, like the yeah plus the face, I knew exactly who you were. The only thing that threw me off was the hair. So last time I had saw you or seen you, whatever, I swear you had long hair. And it was like on Fresh's live show many months ago. So I don't know if I'm just like remembering something not accurate or what, but like I was expecting long hair. That's the only, because I'm almost like 95% positive I saw you near the entrance a lot sooner than I had seen you when we actually met. But I didn't think it was you because he didn't have long hair. Well, yeah, Andrew, I get that. But like I said, you knew them prior because you had met them all in person. But yeah, I definitely agree. Like they all took care of each other. It was really nice. And I got to meet Daniel a lot more. Really cool dude. Really just, he was chill. Just really chill. And like people were going like nuts over him to the point where he was getting overwhelmed. Like I said, he had to step out for a minute. Because I mean, it's overwhelming. It's just, he's kind of like a lower key kind of guy, and to like have, you know, everybody, and though he wasn't annoyed or anything, it's just, it just gets overwhelming. Oh, okay, so I feel better. But yeah, that's the only reason I didn't recognize you sooner, is because of the hair. Aw, Andrew. I can imagine that, because I felt like, not depressed like you, because I'm sure it's like a little different, but like seeing you all like gather together at your grand opening just looked like things like, damn, like I really regretted not being able to go down there. that's just way too far. Way too short notice. They're trying to get me to go to the Syracuse one in June, and I just don't think that's going to happen. The thing is like, and this is going back to the job thing, and I know I'm like all over the place, but you guys should be used to that by now. Plus, like I said, I'm tired. I found out, and I kind of speculated, or I kind of suspected it as, you know, as of late. Because like at first I thought I was directly hired by the company I work for, but it turns out that I actually am a temp through the temp agency. It's like a temp to hire situation. But the way that everything happened, it just didn't make sense for it to be that way. Because like any other time, and mind you, it was only like once or twice, where I was a temp to hire, I never interviewed directly with the company. Everything was done through the temp agency. Where I am now, I met the company that I indirectly work for far before I met anyone from the temp agency. So it was just really weird how it worked. Plus, I'm making more than I would have thought I would be making through a temp agency. So it was like really confusing. But yeah, I am actually a temp. I'm not eligible to be directly hired by the company until 6 months. I found that out today, which is good and bad. It's bad because it's not as secure as being directly hired by them, and possibly good because generally when you start out as a temp to hire, you're paid a little less than you would be if you were just directly working for the company, because the temp agency, how they make their money is they take a percentage of your wage. So even though I never see it, because that the amount that I was told I'm making is what I make, and their cut of it is already deducted. It's nothing I ever see. It's generally, once you're hired, your wage increases at least a little bit. So that might be a nice surprise in 6 months. But either way, I'm happy. I think I have a lot of it has a lot of potential as a company. Oh my God. Where are all these trolls coming from? Like, how did they even find out about my videos? Like, I don't get it. ST is a sweetheart. ST, I was talking about it in the other part of the video. I don't know if you saw it, Singer, but bye, Heavy, Andrew baby. But yeah, ST is intimidating. Even when because like I was telling my grandma about everything because she was kind of confused as to like exactly what happens at a vape convention. Bye. Which I mean, I was too, because I'd never been at one before. So I was like trying to explain it to her, and I was showing her pictures, and I showed her the picture of ST. And mind you, I think it's a really good picture of ST. I think it like shows like a sweet side to him. That's what I see. She's like, she looks at him and she's like, he looks like he could fuck somebody up. I'm like, or no, she put it, she's like, he looks like somebody you don't want to mess with. And I'm like, yeah, probably. Like, he definitely would probably fuck somebody up if they fucked with him, but he's like a giant teddy bear. Like, he's a big teddy bear. And yeah, he is tall, but the thing is like everybody was like making it out to be like such a, like he was just like lurch or something. But like with me, I'm used to being around tall guys. That's why I like tall men. You know, my dad's 6'2", my brother's 6'4", 6'5". All the males on my mom's side of the family, like all her brothers, she has like 5 brothers. They're all over 6 feet. So I'm used to being around tall guys. So it's really not that shocking to me. But yeah, he is tall, but you know, as far as like, oh, he's like huge. I'm like, yeah, he's tall, but like whatever. Like it's not anything super remarkable to me because I'm used to it. Yeah, he didn't have any of that at the convention. But yeah, I could definitely see where ST would definitely not be somebody you would want to fuck with. But I think it would probably take him a while. Like, you'd have to really push him to get that far, I think. But Yeah, he was super nice. Like we went walking around because I was looking for something for my my stepmom, trying to get her off of the Juul, vaporizer she's using. I wanted to get her something similar to the T18 or the T18 itself, but they didn't have any there. The only thing they had that was even somewhat similar was this thing that's like called the Mini Volt, and it was like super, super tiny. It was actually really cute, but it came with a tank that the airflow was just, it wasn't restricted enough. She needs something really restrictive. So I didn't bother getting it. So eventually I'll probably end up getting her one of those one way or another. But yeah, he was walking around with me. He took me over to the booth and we were just talking and everything. And yeah, like I said, everybody was great. There was really no issues with anything. And like Singer said, they're actually better than expected, and that's saying a lot because I already obviously like them as it was, or I wouldn't go on shows and shit with them. And they were even better in person, so I think that's good. Plus, like I said, I was drinking a little bit on Saturday, so I was a little bit more laid back maybe than I would have been, but even then I was pretty chill as it was, because I felt comfortable, which is very strange to me because I don't know, but it was really good. So if you haven't been to a vape convention, especially if there's like groups of people going, like definitely go. It's fucking awesome. Some recommendations, like I said, make sure you're fed, make sure you have water. I thought they would have an issue with like bringing food or drinks in, but they didn't stop me. Like I had a bottle of water in my purse and my protein bar. I even had, because I had bought cookies, I think it was Friday night, because we had stopped at a gas station, and I've been looking for these almond pinwheel or windmill cookies everywhere for like a while now, and I haven't been able to find them anywhere. And they were at this place, so I grabbed them for like later, and they were in Dawn's car, but I had to take them out because I was about to leave on Sunday, so I had to shove them in my purse because I did go back to the Cabo, which is the vape convention or whatever. I did go back there to meet back up with Dawn, and basically I wanted to check out the booths more, but they weren't even set up yet, and it was already like 11:30, so I was like, I probably would have had to have waited till noon or later, and I just didn't want to wait that long, so I just said fuck it, and send my goodbyes. But they let me in with this fucking full pack of cookies in there, so I don't think it's an issue. It might depend on where you go, but definitely just bring water. If you have to buy water, buy it. But like between talking and vaping and walking around, so we did a great deal of walking, not only in the convention, but outside the convention, going to and from hotels because people were wanting to get stuff, and a lot of walking, and your feet are going to hurt. So wear comfortable shoes. I got insoles for my boots, and mind you, they are comfortable boots, but when you're walking around all day or on your feet all day, your feet are gonna hurt. So wear comfortable shoes. Like there was chicks walking around in heels. I don't know how they did that shit. How you gonna be a singer of truth with no voice? Oh, and Singer gave me his CD because he didn't have a hoodie for me because all he had was small. So I have another CD. So that's that. And then Dirty gave me one of his shirts, which is in the clothes basket because I need to do clothes. So I have one of his shirts. Yeah. So it was a good time. It's sad that it's over. Like you want those moments like to last forever. Like I really wish these people lived closer so you didn't have to like go so far to like all meet up. But what are you gonna do? You just kind of have to make things work. And that is a good thing about technology, is even though it has a lot of negative results from, it has a lot of negative impact, or can have a lot of negative impact, it also can bring people together. It just, it depends, on people and their intent or whatever. But you know, years ago, this wouldn't even have been an option, you know, being able to talk to people face to face through the internet and everything like that. And it's crazy. But yeah, I do plan on uploading that longer video. Again, it's not going to be super long, so don't be disappointed. It's just a little clip of Mike. And it's not even the best clip. There's better clips out there. But just a little clip of him. He was talking to some dude, and Brian has his camera, and fucking Fluffy has his camera, and I have mine. And then Vivian from iJoy was there. And then all my little photos, because if you're not friends with me on Facebook, you don't see any of the photos I have up. But I got a decent amount of photos with people. So I want to put that in like a timeline or just like a slideshow type thing in a video. So it's just kind of like a little overview of like the thing. But again, there's going to be better footage of the convention. It just won't be coming from me because I got sidetracked. And I didn't really want to be shoving a camera in people's faces, even though a lot of them didn't seem to care. It's just I don't want to be like, I don't know. Whatever. Oh, I think I pretty much went over everything I wanted to get over. My throat's getting sore from talking. I do need to try to get to bed soon, because I have to be up at 6 in the morning. They did give you a bag. It just was empty. So that's a little bag they give you. It's a cute little bag. Depending on, like I said, like if you plan on buying a lot of things or mingling a lot of the guys had issues fitting all the stuff they got in their bags. So make sure you're prepared for that if that's something that you're seeking out to do. Like I said, have business cards if you're wanting to promote yourself. It's just easier. And yeah, try to have a hotel there. Like I contemplating getting a room right at or like in or near the Cabo so I could be like right there and not have to deal with anything. But, you know, my grandma kind of just talked me into staying there, and it's not like it was a super issue because she only lives like 25 minutes away. But like Friday and Saturday, it would have been ideal to just be there and not have to deal with anything, and then, you know, be able to sleep in my own bed, or not my own bed, but a bed, because I already have sleeping issues as it is. So yeah, get a hotel room, even if you have people you could stay with. It just tends to be easier because you're right there and you don't have to travel. But I don't know. I am not looking sexy. I'm looking rough as hell. And I feel rough as hell. But even with all that, I still am in a fairly good mood. It's just tired. And I had training today. We got our own laptops. I didn't know we got our own laptops, so that's cool. Another thing that's cool is, because I wasn't sure about the call volume, because I will be taking calls. So it's not like a call center per se, where you're just getting constant calls in from just random people. Like, people are assigned to certain clients, which are businesses, depending on like your training and who you're able, because like each client has like different things about them that you need to have training for. So, you know, as you work there, you'll learn more and more clients or whatever. So you're not taking a whole lot of calls. Like he said, Mondays and Tuesdays tend to be the busiest days. And you literally, this is his words, 8 to 25 calls a day. That's not a lot of calls. Even working at Time Warner, where I was working with coworkers answering phone calls, I was taking that, like sometimes I'd be taking 25 in an hour. So 8 to 25 in a day on a busy day is nothing. Mind you, they tend to be longer calls, but that's one of the things I was worried about, is like just like constant inflood, of calls. But it seems like that's not going to be how it is. So that's cool. Also after you, because like there's like a grace period, and it's not like the whole 6 months. It's like, I think he said after nesting, because there's three weeks of training, which I'm doing now, and then there's 3 weeks of nesting, where essentially you're taking calls, but you have a supervisor with you in case you get stuck. And then after that, you're kind of just on your own. Like you would have help sometimes, but it's not as supervised or whatever. So I think after the nesting is when you're able to take your laptop home with you. And in certain circumstances, you're able to actually work from home. And he said with people getting later shifts, which is what I asked for, like my shift will be 1 to 10 once my nesting period is over, and maybe even sooner. I'm trying to get them to have my nesting hours later, as they're talking about 8 to 5 for nesting as well. So that'd be 6 weeks of 8 to 5. And if I can avoid it, I want to. But yeah, after that, I'll be working 1 to 10 Monday through Friday. So I will be on a later shift. So at some point I could feasibly be working from home, and that would be fucking awesome. So we'll see. A lot of room for advancement. The pay is decent, especially for being a temp. People are friendly. The building's nice. It's like the floor that we're on was built like the walls were built and everything. I don't know how old the actual building is, but like the floor that we're on was made for their department or whatever. There's also several different departments as well. There's at least 7 to 9 departments. So even if I didn't, for whatever reason, like this particular department, there's other departments that at some point I could possibly go to if I wanted to stay within the company. So a lot of interesting stuff. The funny thing is that one of the ladies that I'm training with, I found out that she used to work for Time Warner, which was my old employer 3 years ago. And she knows my dad because my dad worked there for over 20 years. And it was just funny, like finding that out, that we're starting training on the same day, and she knew my dad and inadvertently knew me because, my dad would take us, kids to company picnics and stuff like that. So I'm guessing that's how she knows me, because when I told her who my dad was, she's like, "Oh, I know you." I'm like, okay. Like her name sounded familiar, but I don't know. But anyway, I think I'm done rambling. I need to try to sleep a little bit, and but I wanted to tell you like an update, because I know I'd usually do my updates on Tuesday, but since last Tuesday was an update week, and tomorrow I'm supposed to be doing the paranormal show, I didn't want to do like 2 consecutive weeks of just a vlog, but I also didn't want to wait till next week to do the vlog on VPX, because I know some people were interested on like my experience with it and everything. Plus I wanted to tell you how the job was doing, and I don't really know what other time I'd be able to do that, so outside of next week. But yeah, so I figured I'd jump on here and show you my little thing of goodies and how everything was. But because there was a lot of speculation from certain people who were making up pretty fantastic stories about all the things that were happening at VPX, I wanted you to have first-hand information from the source itself of exactly what was going on. And there was more stuff going on that I talked about, but you can find that out from other videos. But yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. And once I, vape the juice or whatever and test the tanks and hopefully get my RDA fixed, I will definitely let you guys know, either through just like an updates or an actual video. More than likely a video. I will do that. I also want to briefly say that I do plan on getting back to doing actual reviews on flavors, because I've kind of fallen away from that. And it's just been because there's just so much shit going on. I haven't even had just the time or energy to test the batches I have already made with the new flavors. So that's why I can't really review them. And I haven't organized anything to be able to review the ones that I've already, known about. So it's just like, just too much shit going on. But, once, the convention's over, I left my old job. I have a consistent schedule now. Once I start getting sleep, hopefully it will be soon, things will start to get more normal and more consistent. So at least that's the idea. So if that was kind of off-putting, how I haven't been making, you know, my flavor reviews like I normally do, don't worry, it's not something I'm moving away from or I plan on moving away from. It's just, I just have a lot of shit going on. I actually got more flavors while I was gone. I ordered a couple more flavors, not that I needed it, but you know how that is. So yeah, it was fun. That was just the summary of everything. So anyway, tomorrow, like I said, if Fresh has his show, probably won't be on long because I got to be up early. Or no, that's Wednesday. Tuesday is the paranormal show, which I do plan on having early or earlier than normal, like either 8 or 9 p.m. Because again, I just can't be up late. And then Wednesday thing, and then Saturday the DIY show will be normal or better than normal because hopefully by then I'll be used to getting up earlier and I don't have to rush off to anything because I don't have to work on the weekend. So that should be at least nice. So whatever. Anyway, if you have any questions, comments, etc., put them in the comments section.